Stay classy! Last Saturday, October 10th, leaders of Andover's Math Club hosted the 3rd annual Math Open at Andover. Typically, this annual math competition is held on Andover's campus, but this year the event was hosted virtually, with 1,160 middle schoolers competing from all around the world. During the event, teams of students worked together to advance through different rounds involving challenging problems picked by the Andover Math Club board. The event also featured a series of guest speakers and activities for parents to participate in. Here are live reporters Seth Wolpowitz and Abbie Cheng with the story.
Thank you. This year, Christina Lee, 21, was one of the 4 Math Open tournament directors. She explains what the goals and mission of the competition was for this year.
So this year, we just wanted to continue to forward MOA's mission of promoting and fostering mathematical interest and community in younger students by providing this opportunity for them to showcase their mathematical skills.
As with most of Andover's events, this year the Math Open took place virtually. Lee described the logistics of the online event, including the format of the competition and other activities.
So because of the pandemic, this year's Math Open at Andover was completely virtual, whereas the previous 2 editions of the Math Open at Andover were in person on our Andover campus. So we did keep the same format of the contest this year. So we kept the format of having an opening ceremony in the morning and then 2 rounds after that. And then we had a lunch break, and then we had 2 hours of invited speakers, and then 1 last really fun team round before we announced results in the closing ceremony. We did have to redo our logistics to accommodate the virtual format. So of note is our complete website overhaul. So we had to modify our website to serve as a virtual platform to host the contest. So in that, we had to create automatic account registration, automatic answer submission, and automatic grading of the rounds so that we could get the results that way virtually.
Both Lee and Kim Doba, instructor in mathematics, statistics, and computer science, and also the Math Club's faculty advisor, believe math competitions are still important learning opportunities for young students, despite Math Open being online this year.
I think math competitions is one way to connect with people who share interest in math and math-related fields. There are many other ways to communicate with each other nowadays. However, when you are at a relatively young age, such as middle school, attending a math competitions is a great way to meet peers of similar age with the same interests. I often tell my students that you learn a lot from your peers than you can ever imagine.
So I think that it's really important to have these opportunities for younger students. There are a wealth of these similar opportunities for high schoolers and for college students, but not as many for younger students. So I think it's really important because, especially because the younger years of a student's life are really formative in whether or not they continue to pursue the field in high school and also into higher education into their career. We really want to make the middle schoolers feel seen and that their passion and interest in math is valid and that it's something that we really need in today's world.
Despite the fact that the event couldn't be held in person this year, the event will still be continued to help foster the camaraderie between competitors online. Taking place in 2018, the first Math Open welcomed 130 students from across the world, and last year's Math Open welcomed 146 total competitors. This year, 1,160 students will be able to compete over Zoom, Google Forms, and online portals. Lee identifies more benefits to hosting a competition virtually.
So we actually made a Discord server to serve as like the virtual competition hub for the contest this year. And I think it was a pretty big success because we had over 800 of our participants on the server, and they were always, consistently interacting with each other on the voice and text channels, which is pretty cool to see. And another one of our goals and objectives this year was to actually expand equitable access to the contest. So by virtue of the contest being completely virtual this year, that lifted the geographic barrier to participation. Whereas in previous years, students would have to travel to our campus in order to participate. So in this way, students aren't limited by by their physical access to our campus in order to participate. And the other thing that we did to increase access to our competition was to get rid of the registration fee, whereas in previous years, we did have a small registration fee required for all participants. So in this way, we just want to promote equitable access to the competition and send the message that math is really something that you can succeed in with passion and drive, rather than something dictated by the amount of resources one has.
The preparation for this event was a team effort led by both the Math Club board and Mr. Doba. During the event, the emphasis on collaboration between middle schoolers was not just important for young learners, but it was a great experience for Andover students as well.
In my role of a faculty advisor, my duty is simply to provide guidance and assistance when needed. For example, in the past 2 years, we negotiated and managed to use the academy buildings to run the event. We made sure that all the logistics had to make sense to ensure the smooth operations of the MOAA while maintaining minimal impact to the academy and the community. This year, we talked and decided to use the academy's Zoom webinar in order to host the entire event online virtually with more than 1,100 participants plus thousands of parents and other audience. Again, this is a team effort and I simply provide the guidance. I have had great experience and fond memories in being part of math club and math competitions since middle school into college. When I came to Phillips Academy, I've been naturally attached to the program and truly enjoy working with generations of talented students in the math club. This year, the pandemic has shifted all of us to function in a new normal. We've moved our math club to be online. We have had 2 virtual meetings this year. We will continue to participate in a number of math competitions virtually. A lot of activities need to adjust. However, we commit to provide the environment and the playing field for all PA students who have interest in math and wish to discuss and explore math together. The PA Math Club was founded in the 70s, if I remember correctly. Many faculty in the math department have put in countless hours and effort to build the program for the past 40+ years.
Lee and Doba expressed their hopes for Math Club's MOA plans for next year and beyond, especially resuming in-person competitions in 2021. They weigh in.
I do hope that they will continue to innovate and expand access to the contest as we have done with MOA 2020. And I also hope that they will also bring their own creativity and their own approach to making MOA 2021 really innovative and continuing to further the original mission of MOA to promote and foster mathematical interest in community.
We have been reaching out to many local middle schools to invite them to join the event. We continue the effort in the coming years, knowing that we can do better.
This is Abbie Cheng
and Seth Wolpowitz reporting.